So if you just stand and go to the very edge of your mats. Okay, so I'm just going to turn my mat so I don't have back to the body. So we're just going to go to the very edge of the mat. We're going to start by rolling our shoulders back and down, rolling them back and down, and then what we're going to do is just do a roll down. So when we do the roll down, make sure that the feet are slightly apart, but we're stacked from our heels up to our hips. We're going to roll, we're going to take the chin down to our chest, and then just let everything drop down, even your head. So we just take it down, letting it just relax, even the head, the neck, the shoulders, everything. Now from here I want you to breathe in, breathe out, breathe, step back up again. So just bring it back up. So we're just stretching again, everything moving through the spine. Take it back, then drop the chin again, taking it over, taking it down, press it down. Now from here, we're just going to walk the hands out into a plank position. So you're just going to walk the hands out. You're going to have the head down, stretch the feet down to the floor, and press your bottoms up to the ceiling. Now, if you wish, for the next move, you can actually just do this down on your knees. But you're going to walk the hands out further and go into that forward front support, making sure that the hands are underneath. Now, if you need to, drop the knees down. Okay, we're just going to hold there for a couple of seconds, just stretching through. Now, everybody drop down to your knees, and then take the knees wider, and then stretch back into a child's pose prayer stretch. So we're just taking back, stretching, taking that forehead down to the floor. If you can, stretching out through those hips. So pressing out, one down, holding down. Now bring it back up to all fours. So we're on all 4 points. So we're on our knees. Everyone's okay on their knees. Making sure that the knees are in line underneath your hips. And then we're just going to do some cat-cow stretches. So I want you just to reach up through your belly button, so take the spine up towards the ceiling, drop the head down, breathing out. Breathe in as we release that back down, taking the pelvis down, taking the belly button down, lifting the head slightly, not right up. Then taking it up again, we're just going to do a couple of these, taking it up, stretching up and through, and then taking it down, pressing down. Nice and smooth. We're just going to do another couple. Make sure you're breathing out as you take this up. So breathe out. Then breathe in as we bring that back in and through. Excellent. Now I want you to come to the end of your mat. So walk out, scrolling up to the end of the mat, go over onto your bottoms. We're going to take it over and just do a little bit more work here. So what I want you to do here is I want you just to hold on to here. We either hold on or you hold on here, and we're just going to take it back down to the floor. So we're just going to take it down. You need to have the hands out extended. Now bring the feet in so that they're as close to your bottoms as you can. You have your hand and your fist goes between your legs, so that's the distance that your knees are apart. You're going to have the head down. Take the palms down. Reach the fingertips towards the toes. Open up through your chest. Take some nice deep breaths. Now we're just going to start with some pelvic tilt. So this is really good for anyone who has any lower back issues. So we're just going to tilt that pelvis, pull the pelvic bone back towards your rib cage, pull it back, and then extend back through. So what we're doing here is we do push that lower back, imprint into the floor, and then take it back to neutral. So like we have a bowl of water on your pelvic bone, and then you're tipping that water, as much as we don't want to at the moment because it's cold, onto your rib cage, and then you're taking it back and straightening out that bowl. Okay, let's just do another 2. So we're just doing 5 of those. So keeping those hips down, pressing that pelvis back and up. Taking some nice deep breaths as we're doing that. Excellent. So now we're going to go into a pelvic curl. So with this pelvic curl, once again, making sure that the ankles are in line. You're going to tilt from the pelvis to start with and lift up as far as you can, but not too far. So we're keeping everything in line. Knees, hips through to shoulders. Take a deep breath in and then roll back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. You've got a curl necklace, you drop each curl down onto the ground until we get to the pelvis, and then you tuck and press that down again, back to that neutral spine. So pulling back up again, always tilt the pelvis first, and then pull up nice and strong. Taking that breath, breathe in, breathe out, take it back down again. Now this time when we take it up, make sure that those feet are nice and strong and pressing into the floor. We're using our quads. We're going to tilt and lift up again, making sure that we're pulling up and lifting up, taking some nice deep breaths. Can you lift your pelvis a little bit higher, Vicky? That's it. And then pressing back down, nice and gently. Make sure that the pelvis is the last thing to tuck, and then press down. We're all going okay with this? Yeah. So we're going to lift up again. Excellent. And then we're going to bring that back down nice and slowly. Make sure you take that breath in at the top, then breathe out and take it down. I can't hear anybody breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Excellent. Okay, last one. Taking it up and then bringing it back down again. Now the next thing we're going to do is 100 reps. So anyone who has any neck issues, be really careful with this one. We're not straining to our necks. I want you to stern to pelvis, pulls you up. Your hands are down by your sides, and then you're going to just lift up, looking through to the tops of your knees, and then press back down again. So this is just preparing for 100 later on, it's 100 exercise. So we're not straining through our necks, keeping a nice straight line. We're not tucking the chin down too far, and then take it back down. If anyone has any neck issues, please don't do that. You can just lift up using your hands, and then press back down again. So we're just doing 5 of those. So we're just going to lift up and then press down. Making sure that we're looking to the top of our knees as we're coming up. So lifting up, breathing as well. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more. Take it up. And then back down again. Excellent. Now we're just going to go into a little bit more work, and now we're going into strength and stability. So now if this is too hard for anyone, you're just going to do your pelvic curls. So we're going to get into that position, and we're going to lift up using that pelvis lifting up. Now if you can, you're going to lift that right leg up and take that point in the toe. You're going to keep your hips square to the ceiling, and then you're going to drop the hips down, and then lift up, drop down, and lift up. That your glutes do not touch the floor, okay? So it's just a little minute move down and then straight back up again. Pressing through and then up. Once we've done 5, I want you to put that leg down. And I think we have done 5. And then we're going to switch to the other leg. So we're keeping those glutes up and off the floor, lifting up, taking it down only slightly and lifting. So we're really working with strength through our core, stability. Stability is working really hard here with this one. Lifting up and pressing down. Once we've done 5, then pull that leg down and bring your knees into your chest for stretch. So pull those knees in and just roll around. Feel that nice stretch. Excellent. Okay, now you're going to take those hands behind, cross the legs if you can, and we're going to bring the body back up again. So lifting up nice and strong. So now that we're here, we're just going to take those feet apart and we're just going to do some stretches forward. So I want you to stack up and then I want you to reach out and reach forward. So pressing through, nice back stretch through your lower backs. And then bring it back up again. Restack at the top. Round over and through as if you're rolling over a ball. And then bring that back up again. Taking it through again, make sure you restack. Take it through. We all okay with this one? Yep. And then bring it back up and through. And then taking it through and down. And then bringing it back up and holding there. Now we're just going to do some roll downs. So with this roll down, you can either have your hands here for support, or you can have your hands out here in front. What we're going to be doing is curving through, taking only back halfway, and then we're going to bring it up, restack, and take it over. And now if you can, have the feet here as well. So we're taking it back, and then lifting up and reaching forward. Remember, if that's too hard, hands can be here, and just roll back, and then lift up. Remember, the hands are out in front. So you have the feet slightly bent if you wish, especially if you've got any quad hip flexor issues. Taking it down, breathing, and then round back up straight. And then take it back down, only so slightly. And then bring it up then taking it over. Then taking it down again, pressing down, and then lifting back up. And then we'll do one more. This time, if we can, we're going to take it all the way down to the floor. Take it right down, right down, right down. Take the hands up and over and stretch out, making sure we're scooping up through those abdominals. Now we're just going to do a roll up. So if you need support, you can bend those knees and you can use your hands to pull yourselves up. Otherwise, we're here. We're going to lift up, lift up, lift up and through. Okay, but if you need support, remember you can have the hands down. Or you can just stay here and do rollbacks. Okay, so that's your option. We're here, then we take it down, right back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, taking the hands up and over. Then we bring it back through again. The easiest way here is to count to 8. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4 is always the hardest bit. Bring it up and over. Let's do one more of those. Taking it in, taking it through, taking it back. All okay? Using your abdominals, not your necks. Bring it through, lifting up and pressing through. Remember your hands can be down to support. Good job, Vicky. Excellent. And then we're just going to bring it back down again, and we're going to stay down this time. Taking the hands up. Now bring the knees in again. Just give that back a little bit of a stretch. You can roll those feet around, those hips around one way, and then to the other roll around. Now what we're going to do is some leg circles, just for a bit of mobility through the hips. So with this one, we have the leg down. We're going to take the right leg up into the air, and we're going to circle that leg around to the right, a bit of circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now go the other way. Now if you have good core stability, you can extend that leg out and taking that around, making sure that your hips stay still and square to the ceiling. What we're doing here is our mobility through our hips and through our abdominals. Now we're going to bend that knee, bring that in, take the left leg, bend, take that one up. So here we're going to circle again, taking it through for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Remember, if you wish, you can extend it out for 5, for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now we're just going to do a little bit more abdominal work, so taking that leg down. Now we're going to bring those knees up to tabletop if we can. Okay, arms are out to the side, palms facing down. Now what we're going to do is take that foot, touch it down, and bring it back up to centre. Take the other leg down and move back up. Now here it's really important that you have that stability through your spine, and we're pressing down, keeping that imprint of your back on the floor, not arching your back up towards the ceiling, keeping that nice and still. So we're just touching down and then bring it back up again. So touching down, bring it back up, touch down, and then bring it back up, breathing as we're doing this. Taking it down and lifting up. Taking it down and lifting up. Excellent. Okay, now half of those knees back into your chest. Have that stretch, roll around and through. Now what we're going to do is roll onto our sides. Okay, so moving over onto our sides, we're just going to do a couple of exercises. Now when we're on our sides, take your bottoms right to the back of the mat. So from the back of the mat, and then take those legs out if you can, so that they're out on an angle towards the front of the mat. Now if you need support, if you've got a sore hip, bring that leg back and take that pressure off. Okay, make sure that the hips are facing, they're stacked on top of each other, the glutes are slightly facing up to the ceiling. Okay, so with this one, we're just going to do some circles again on this side. So we're pointing the toe, and we're just going to circle around to the front for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the other way. This is really working our abdominals, our core, and our stability. 3, 2, 1. Now we're just going to do some kicks forward. So with this kick, flex the foot, go forward 2, and then sweep it back through, but only behind as far as keeping those hips nice and still. Remember, if you've got any hip issues, to bend that bottom leg. If you're strong, you can have the leg out in front, and then pulling it back. and then pressing through, and then pulling back. Let's just do another one through, and then back. Excellent. So now what we're going to do is we're going to try to go onto a side support. So with this one here, you can have both knees here, and then you're going to bring it up if you wish to here, or you can have this knee bent, legs straight still, and pulling up. Okay, so we're just going to lift up and hold for 3, 2, 1, and then drop back down again. Making sure that you have that elbow under the shoulder. We've got the ribs nice and tight, pulled up. We're going to lift up again if you can. Take that arm up. I don't want anybody hurting themselves. If you need to, go back onto your backs and have a stretch. Bring that down and press down. Are we all okay? We'll do one more. We're going to take it up, stretch, lift up, and then bring it back down and turn. Now we're just going to go onto our fronts, onto all fours. So we're pressing through, and what we're going to do here is a little bit of stability work. So we're going to take that leg back behind the right leg, touching on the floor, then lift it up, then take the left arm, opposite arm out, and hold and stabilize. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring that down, switch to the other leg. So taking it out, lift, take the arm out, stretching up through those glutes, nice and strong. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and bring that in. Now over onto the other hip, pressing over. So we're over and we're down onto the other hip that we worked before, so we're on the other leg, okay? So we're either up. Now with this one, remember you're right at the very back, taking those legs forward if you can, up onto the elbow, or you can be laying down if anyone's got any shoulder issues with this one as well. Okay, so we're going to lift that leg and we're going to circle around for 5. So it's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're breathing, going the other way. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Holding it there. Now we'll do a double kick forward, flexing the foot, 2, and then back behind. Make sure as you sweep behind that you don't push your pelvis forward. Okay, so you're really pressing through for 2, and then back for 1. Pressing through for 2, and back for 1. If you've got cramp as well, keep going everybody else. You can press down and just press that through. So if anyone needs to, lay down and just do that stretch out through that hip, and pressing back. Excellent. Okay, let's go into that side line. So we're here. Now remember, we can be here, stretching out, hand down, and you're going to lift up. If you can, you have both legs out extended, and take the arm up, and then press back down again. So we're going to lift up. Remember, if you can, you can have both legs here, and then as you extend, you take it both up, and pressing up, and then pulling back down again. It's a bit of a tough one. Make sure you breathe. Lifting up. Good job. And pressing back through and down. Excellent. Okay, now back onto our fronts again. Let's go into the child's pose. Stretch. So we're just going to press. We're going to press back with that press stretch, reaching right back. Make sure those knees are apart, stretching through. Now take those hands out to the right, stretching through the IT band, stretching up through your shoulders, keeping your necks neutral. Bring us back to center. Taking it across to the other side, holding it there, stretching out. Get those bottoms as close to the floor as you can. We're pressing down, and then bring it back to center again. Making sure those knees are wide and pressing down and through. Excellent. Now bring it back up. Rolling over onto our bottoms, just do a little bit more stretching. So we'll press down. So just taking it back down again. Remember your hands are out here or your hands are here. Taking it right back down to the floor. Take that right ankle, put it on your left knee. Stretch out through those hips, pressing that down. Taking some nice deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out. Big deep breath in, and out. Switch over to the other leg. So bring that other ankle up, pressing out through that hip. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and out. Now bring those legs in, cross your ankles, roll your bodies back up, crossing, take the legs out in front, stretch out, and then bring the hands back up. So we're just stretching back down again, right through our backs, getting your hands down as far as you can. Pulling back up again. Roll those shoulders back and down. And we are done. Thank you so much. Good job. Guys, two down today. You say two down today? Yep. I did one this morning.
Thank you.